As you would know, I've recently picked up this Range Rover P38, which is a Bordeaux edition, which has currently been sat in a barn for the last 13 years. I'm going to try and restore this Range Rover and get it back on the road again after so many years being set up in that barn. It's going to spend the next couple of weeks at TVC Performance, and I'm going to be carrying out a full detail on it in this video where you can see what the current condition of the Range Rover is like. I've been dying to see what the condition of the car is like under all of that green and under all of that mold. Then this video is going to be for you. Before we crack on with the detailing video on the Range Rover P38, you would know that myself and two friends have got a competition business called Victri. We're giving you an opportunity every month to win some awesome prizes from as little as the price of a cup of tea. So make sure that you head over to the website link down below and make sure you get your tickets, as I'd love to see some of you win on our competition site. Not only that, I've now currently got a Range Rover that I need to buy parts for, so the more tickets you buy, the more I can do with this Range Rover project. So make sure you go and get your tickets, and hopefully we'll be making you some winners very soon. Welcome back to another video on the Range Rover P38. Today we're going to be doing a detailing video, cleaning this all up and seeing what sort of condition it's in, and then we can look at doing the mechanical stuff. We're currently down at TVC Performance on the outskirts of Exeter where the car is at. They've been kind enough to let me use their detailing bay and their detailing booth so I can get all this cleaned up properly, because as you can see, it is absolutely hanging. It has not been cleaned in 13 years. So today we're going to get it all cleaned up, get it all looking nice, and we'll see what the paintwork's like. I'm hoping that the paintwork's actually all right. I'm hoping that there's no lack of peeling and all that sort of stuff, because as you would know with the last project I had, which was the BMW 36, which is actually sat over there, we had a lot of issues with the paintwork and I actually had to paint that myself, which I will not be doing on this one. So today we'll get it all cleaned off, get it all ready, see what it's like. We'll get some of these badges and that off because there's some things on here that shouldn't be on here. We'll get the spare set of wheels that are cleaned up. So if you watched the last video, you would see that we've got the Bordeaux edition wheels. We'll get all them cleaned up, and then we'll see what this Range Rover P38 is looking like in a couple of hours. Just got to make sure we beat the rain showers. So first thing I'm going to do on this car is give it a pressure wash, get all of the crap off of it, and then obviously when it comes down to using all the chemicals and stuff, it should be a lot easier, because at the minute we'd end up just spraying chemicals onto the leaves and all that sort of stuff, so it's just no point, just end up wasting all of the products. So we'll start from the top to bottom, we'll get it pressure washed as much as we can, we'll leave it in pre-wash, we'll leave it in snow foam, we'll let all of that agitate, all of the dirt that's on there, and then we'll go around all the badges, all of the handles and all that sort of stuff with some brushes, try and get all of the green out, do all the arches. So obviously this air suspension sat really low because obviously this is all on airbag suspension and it's all fucked, so we'll do what we can with the arches. But obviously got the short trigger lance to get in there, makes it a lot easier getting into the arches when it's sat really low like that. So yeah, we'll crack on, we'll get it pressure washed, and then we'll crack on with the pre-wash stages. as you will see, we've started to pressure wash the car. We've done a little 50-50. So this is obviously the untouched side, which has obviously got all the dirt and the grime on it. And then this half is literally just a pressure wash. So we haven't used any chemicals on this yet. I think what's helped, it's been so wet over the last couple of days, it's softened everything off. So it's meant like pressure washing it, it's coming up really well. So already it's starting to make a big difference. We noticed a couple little bits, so like the pinstripes and that, because obviously we couldn't really see any of this when it had the dirt and the grime on it, but we'll probably get reset that capital to change all the pinstripes. There is a little bit of like rust and stuff in the doors, but to be honest, everything else is looking alright. There's no like massive lacquer peeling or anything like that. So we'll crack on with the other side and then we'll get the pre-wash and the snow foam on it. So just going around the car with the pre-wash, I'm using Built Hamber Surfex. I've gone around the wheels with Valet Pro Bilberry Wheel Cleaner. I'm not too bothered about cleaning up these wheels because we've got the spares. So we'll probably get, well I say spares, we'll get the original wheels on. So we'll probably get them on at some point. We'll get all them cleaned up. I'm just going to soak it in pre-wash and then we'll go around it with snow foam and that'll help agitate any existing dirt that's on there. So the best part that everyone always loves is the snow foam. So you've got Built Hamber Auto Foam, going to literally cover it from top to bottom, leave it for 5-10 minutes, let it dwell, and then we'll get it all pressure washed off. But everyone always loves the snow foam shots. Never been cleaned for 13 years and the rest probably. We've done the bodywork on the car in terms of pre-washing it and snow foaming it and stuff. Just going to go around the wheels. Like I said, I'm not too fussed about cleaning these wheels up properly just because we've got the original wheels that will go onto it. To be honest, I don't know why mate he's stuck these wheels on and not just left it with the original Bordeaux wheels. But yeah, we'll just clean these up just so it looks better, and then at some point we'll get the original wheels back on. We have noticed though, obviously the airbag suspension has completely failed. You literally cannot get your hand in there at all. It's just scrubbing on the arch, which is not going to do the car any favours. So one of the things we definitely need to look at, which is common on these, is the airbag suspension. Right, the Range Rover is now all cleaned off. We haven't gone completely to town on it just because we can't get into the arches and stuff where it's sat really low. But the majority of it is all good. When it's wet, it looks quite shiny, but when it's dry, it is going to need a good machine polish. But I thought what I'll do for now, we'll get it protected with a little bit of wax just whilst it's going to be sat outside, as it'll make the next time cleaning it a lot easier. So I've got the Auto Glim Polar Seal. If you have a look at the paint, the water's just sheeting off. So basically that means there's no protection on there whatsoever. And if we spray this stuff on, and if we pressure wash it off, you'll see that the water will start bleeding off, which basically means the paintwork is protected. So if you have a look now, water just comes off straight away. So it just makes drying it a lot easier, and it makes the next time around cleaning it a lot easier. So I'll spray the whole car with this, then we'll get it pressure washed, and then we can finally crack on with the interior. So about to start the interior of the car. I said earlier this is the Bordeaux edition, so it's limited edition. Limited edition stuff you expect it to be like top of the range, like to have all the bells and whistles, which to be fair this one don't have. So usually in a P38 top end one you'd get heated seats. These two buttons here would be heated seats which are blanked. There's also another blank button there and two more blank buttons here. So this in like a HSE or whatever probably would have been top spec. So I don't know what them buttons are, I don't know what they are, but they're supposed to be heated seats. Supposed to have electric seats in that as well, being like a limited edition. This has manual seats, you've got to pull it backwards and forwards manually, which is a bit weird. I don't know why they've done that. But we're going to clean it all up now and see how it comes up. So we're going to start just emptying the car out, get all the mats and that out, probably give it a quick hoover and then start cleaning all the plastics. If this here is what this stuff's supposed to look like, it's going to look pretty mad. I don't know why that looks so new and this stuff doesn't, so I presume it's two different finishes, but hopefully the roof is going to look a lot better than what currently is. The roof's all sagging, obviously P38s have a saggy roof, this is all mouldy and that, so I think we won't even bother messing about with this. We'll literally probably just wipe it down and then at some point we'll just replace the roof. But at the minute it stinks in here, it's filthy. I don't think any of these boys want to be jumping in there to do any work, so we'll get it all cleaned up as best as we can and then we'll take it in there after and they can have a proper look at it inside. Look at that. That's going to be mental, isn't it? What's going on here then, Tal? So basically, Daniel, my dear boy, I've got a scrub pad, which is an old one. It's not the one that I wanted, it must be at home. I've just gone through the box of cloths. I've only got this one, which is an old one. As you can see, the fibres are not that, they should be about up to there, Dan. But they're quite low. So I'm just going to clean the door. Same stuff that I use for the outside, so Built Hamber, Surfex. I've just left this to soak for a minute. And as you can see, the difference between that and that, it's going to look like brand new, isn't it, Danny boy? It's going to be lovely. Should be a keeper. Should I do a 50-50 on the whole door?
Yeah.
So just going around the door card, this is the difference before and, no, that's before, that's after. So it's literally like brand new, which is good because there's no like heavy staining on the plastics and stuff. There's no mold stains. Mold does tend to stain plastics and fabrics and stuff like that. We're going to go around this bottom fabric after. These have actually got two different fabrics on. We've got fabric here and fabric there. But as you can see, from the difference between that to that is absolutely unreal. So the only product that I would recommend and use is Built Hamper Surfex because it does the trick. And obviously with a scrub pad, it helps get in all the grooves and stuff. Because basically if you didn't have one of these, if you were just to use a microfiber cloth, you're basically just wiping over it. Whereas this, the fibres in that, gets into the cracks of the plastic. As you see there, it's like a pattern. So that's why you need a scrub pad. So we'll continue on with the rest of the door and then crack on with the rest of the plastics. Oh, that is grim. Discovered that if matey actually spent some time cleaning this car, he probably could have sold it for like £1 or two more than what he did, because it is starting to come up well. If you look at the difference between the plastic, we've just done a little test cleaning patch compared to the rest, it's completely different and it actually comes up like new. So I don't know why this part here is so clean compared to the rest, but that's pretty much how this will come up in a minute. So I've again sprayed some stuff onto this. If we literally do a little clean up on it, and then I'll show you the pad. That's black. That is disgusting. So everyone's going to be caning me in the comments that I should be wearing gloves, and we were just discussing this because, yeah, to be fair, probably should have, but I'll have to give my hands a good wash before I have dinner tonight, Danny. But yeah, let's have a look to see how that comes up. It's definitely black on there. That is mental, isn't it? It's just thick dust where it's just been sat. So we're just saying, I think this car, even after it's been cleaned today, I think it's going to need another clean off. Like we'll get it clean just to be in, because obviously we've got to move it around and all that sort of stuff. But I think at some point, once we've done all the work we want to do on it, it's going to have to be clean again. But yeah, look at the difference. That is mental. So yeah, it should come up quite well when it's all done. It's going to be looking like a new car, despite the dings and dents or whatever else.
That's quite...
The roof's getting saggy as the day goes on because we just discovered that we've got a bit wet, haven't we? So yeah, you were just saying it's got felt sort of bottoms for the joints. But yeah, the roof's, as the day goes on, it's starting to sag even more. I think just because I've sprayed all the boot shut and that. But yeah, it's not too bad, to be fair. Carpets and that look pretty mint, don't they? You like that one, don't you? Oh yes. The only thing is, where this has been sat, it's looking a bit battered, but other than that though, it's coming up alright. So let's have a little walk around of the updates on today's little detailing session on the Range Rover. So we've done all the outside, give it a full clean. We have noticed a couple of issues with the paintwork, like there's some dull patches on the bonnet. I think that's to be expected because obviously it gets so hot, so that might need a machine polish, and then we'll do the rest of the car whilst we're at it as well, because once you start machine polish with one part, it's going to look different to the rest. Wheels all cleaned up. We haven't cleaned the spare set of wheels. We're not too fussed about cleaning these up properly, as we have got obviously the proper spare Bordeaux wheels, but all of the green and stuff's on. You can actually see inside the car. Started to do a little bit inside, so I've done all the door cards. This does need to go around. I said earlier, I need a new one of these because this one's fairly flat now. So once I get a new one of these, that will bring all this up a lot better. But compared to what it was like before, it's all looking a lot better. We're going to do a part 2 on the interior, just so you can see that. We'll do the leather, we'll do the carpets, and we'll do the roof. So stay tuned for a part 2 detailing video. What else we've done, Dan? Anything else? Just outside, really, wasn't it? The boot, yeah, we've done all the door shuts and stuff. Again, because we've got to chuck the wheels in the back, we're not going to go to town on this back bit, but we've done all the door shuts. We've got all the green and that off, and you can actually see inside the car. So at least now when we jump in and out of it, we can see what's going on, and it's a little bit better to touch. If we come around the driver's side, again, this was all black when it done, so that's actually looking like new again. I think the time we get some proper scrub pads and stuff, we can get all this up looking like new again. But the dash and stuff's come up a lot better, so at least when we jump in and out of it now to move it and stuff, it's just a little bit of a better place to sit. So I think we'll do a part 2, shall we? Part 2 detailing video. We'll finish off the interior, we'll go around the roof lining, we'll go around the leather, we'll go around the carpets, we'll finish off some of the other little mould bits. So stay tuned for part 2, and let us know if you want to see anything else. But make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, check us out on all the social medias, check out TVC, and we'll see you guys and girls in the next one. Ciao.